Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today, we're going to really break down affiliate marketing for you, looking at it for, well, now and the near future.
Right.
We're skipping the 101 stuff. This is about the advanced playbook. Where is the data showing the real profit? How do the big players actually scale? And maybe most importantly, what are those critical mistakes that just start beginners in their tracks?
Yeah, it's a really important area to dig into. And what's interesting, I think, is that affiliate marketing is definitely booming. The numbers show it's a $17 billion industry,
Huge.
but it's also changed quite a bit. It's matured. The days where you could just throw up a few links and make easy money, those are pretty much over.
Definitely.
To hit those 6 or even 7-figure levels today, you need a solid structure, you need real know-how, and a clear strategy. It's not about luck anymore.
And that's what we've tried to gather here. We've got a whole stack of proprietary data studies looking at actual site sales, niche performance, conversion rates. We've also layered in comparisons of some top affiliate course blueprints and, expert guides. The goal is to pull out the key threads. Which niches are truly profitable, what strategies actually build trust and authority, and the compliance stuff you just can't ignore.
Okay, so we're assuming you, our listener, already get the basic difference between promoting someone else's product versus selling your own thing, like drop shipping.
Right, the core concepts.
So let's skip defining affiliate marketing versus drop shipping again and jump straight to the strategic choice. If you're starting out or maybe looking to scale, which path offers the best route to early wins and sustainable growth?
Well, it really boils down to a trade-off, doesn't it? It's control versus effort, essentially. With affiliate marketing, the barrier to entry is super low. Almost no startup cash needed. You don't handle customer support, no inventory headaches.
Sounds easier. It is easier to start, less effort.
Yeah.
But you get less control, right? You don't set the price. You don't fully own the customer relationship.
Okay.
Drop shipping, on the other hand, that's more work up front. You've got to find suppliers, deal with returns, build a whole brand identity.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot more moving parts.
It is. But the payoff is you get total control over pricing, branding, the whole customer experience.
Yeah.
And potentially a more stable recurring income if you build up that loyal customer base.
Right, brand loyalty. So it seems like affiliate marketing might be the faster way to test the waters, get some validation maybe.
Exactly. Lower risk, quicker feedback loop.
But even with affiliate marketing, long-term success isn't guaranteed if you pick the wrong area. The sources we looked at kept talking about finding that sweet spot where passion meets profit.
That's a good way to put it.
So beyond just I like this topic, what are the sort of filters you need to apply to turn a decent idea into a really strong, profitable niche?
Okay, so based on the successful models, we can boil it down to 3 core pillars, or filters. First, you absolutely need clear market demand. Meaning, are people consistently looking for solutions or products in this area? Is the market actually growing? Are there specific pain points you can, help solve by recommending something?
Okay, makes sense. Demand first. What's number 2?
Second is the competition level. You need some competition, actually. It proves the market exists and people are spending money.
Ah, right. Too little competition might mean no market.
Exactly. But you also don't want it so incredibly saturated that, standing out and ranking organically feels almost impossible, especially for a newcomer.
Find that middle ground. Got it. And the third pillar.
And third, crucially, is profit potential. This isn't just about any commission. You want to look for niches with high-value products, strong commission rates, ideally above just a few %, and, if possible, opportunities for recurring commissions or multiple ways to monetize.
Recurring commissions, that sounds like the holy grail.
It provides that stability, that longevity. You're not constantly chasing the next sale.
Okay, that framework makes a lot of sense. Now, let's layer on the actual data from sites that have been bought and sold, because where the big money is might surprise some people.
Yeah, the raw numbers are fascinating. When you slice the data by niche and how the site makes money, the highest average monthly revenue wasn't in tech or finance initially. It actually came from the news and education niche.
Really? News and education, how much?
They reported an average adjusted monthly revenue of $8,439 per month.
Wow, okay. That's pretty substantial. Is that mostly ads, do you think?
That's likely a big part of it, yeah. High traffic volume potential in news and education, which drives ad revenue.
But, okay, volume isn't always the main goal, right? Especially if you're maybe starting this on the side. You need efficiency. You need a good return on your effort.
Precisely. And this is where the data tells a very different story when you look at ROI. return on investment.
So which niche gives the best bang for your buck, content-wise?
The standout there was the medical niche. It reported the best ROI purely on content creation, pulling in $33.14 per published page on average.
Whoa, hold on. $33 per page. That's incredibly efficient.
It's extremely high. Think about it. Each piece of content you publish in that niche, on average, generates a way higher proportional return compared to most other areas.
Okay, but if it's that profitable per page, why isn't everyone just flooding into the medical niche? There must be a catch, right?
There's a huge catch, and you've hit on it. The barrier to entry is massive. Medical content falls under Google's very strict Your Money, Your Life, or YMYL guidelines.
YMYL.
The standards for trust, accuracy, and compliance are sky high. To even hope to rank, you need to demonstrate what Google calls EAT: expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
Which usually means?
Often it means having actual medical credentials, doctors reviewing content, citing peer-reviewed studies, the whole 9 yards. So yes, the ROI per page is amazing, but the cost and complexity of creating that page to meet EAT standards is equally high.
Okay, so maybe not the best starting point for most people unless they happen to be a doctor with free time.
Probably not.
So that pushes us back towards niches with good ROI, but maybe without that intense YMYL scrutiny. What else did the data favor?
Well, another clear trend was moving beyond just Amazon associates. The data showed that non-Amazon affiliate sites generally get a better ROI on their link-building efforts.
How much better?
They averaged about $1.54 in revenue per backlink built. And overall, these non-Amazon sites earned more on average, around $5,540 monthly, compared to sites relying mainly on display ads or just Amazon.
Okay, so the takeaway there is maybe diversify your income streams and look for direct partnerships with brands or other affiliate networks?
Definitely. Direct partnerships often offer higher commissions and more support, too.
Right, so let's talk about 3 specific niches that seem to be thriving right now, especially using those direct or non-Amazon models.
Okay. First up, personal finance. Now, parts of this are still YMYL. You have to be careful.
True. Money advice is sensitive.
Very. But there are approachable sub-niches. Things like helping people with debt payoff strategies, comparing budgeting apps, maybe even basic investing apps like Acorns or Robinhood. Success here often involves promoting services, where commissions might be tied to signups, not just a one-time purchase. Some deep dives into retirement planning can also be quite lucrative.
Okay, personal finance. What's next? An evergreen one.
Absolutely. The pets niche, it's just remarkably resilient, almost recession-proof.
People love their pets.
They really do. Global spending is projected to hit something like $200 billion by 2030. It's massive. And pet owners are engaged. They want to spend money.
So where are the opportunities beyond just, like, dog toys?
There's higher value, higher engagement. Premium or specialized pet food, for example. Smart pet tech is growing things like GPS collars, automatic feeders, and a really big one, pet insurance.
Ah, insurance. That sounds like recurring commissions again.
Exactly. Get someone signed up for a pet insurance policy, and you could be earning commission month after month. That's incredibly valuable for building stable income.
That recurring model is key. Which brings us neatly to the third area, which is huge for recurring B2B income.
Right. Technology, and specifically SaaS, software as a service. This is where you see some of the highest potential for recurring commissions, especially business-to-business software.
Like what kind of tools?
Think about tools businesses use every single month. Website builders, Squarespace is a classic example, email marketing platforms, project management software, even specialized design tools like SeedProd for WordPress sites, which apparently offers a 30% commission.
30%?
Yeah, and get this with lifetime renewals. So as long as that customer stays subscribed, you keep earning.
Wow, okay, that's powerful. But getting someone to commit to a monthly software subscription, that requires a lot of trust, doesn't it?
Absolutely, which leads us perfectly into the next section, building that trust.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. If you're asking someone, especially a business, to invest month after month in a SaaS tool based on your recommendation, they have to really, really trust you. So the strategy that works isn't just about dropping links anymore. It's about becoming that trusted, authoritative guide. How are the top affiliates actually achieving that? What do the successful models look like?
Well, looking at the case studies and expert guides, we can see sort of 3 main proven models emerge. First, there's what you might call the Pat Flynn model, building authentic authority.
Pat Flynn, smart passive income.
Right, exactly. His whole approach isn't really selling, it's teaching. He makes money by transparently showing people how he runs his business, how he uses specific tools, and then he only recommends the things he genuinely uses and trusts himself.
So the product recommendation feels natural, like part of the lesson.
Precisely. He might do a tutorial on, say, setting up an email list, and then naturally recommend the email service provider he uses as the solution within that tutorial. It's integrated, not just tacked on.
Okay, so that's very personal, very relationship-driven. What's a contrasting approach? Maybe something more data-driven.
Right. Contrast that with the Wirecutter model, which is all about exhaustive testing.
The New York Times company, they test everything.
Everything. They don't rely on personal anecdotes. Their strategy is pure dominance through becoming the absolute, definitive, objective resource for best X-type searches.
Like best coffee maker or best noise-canceling headphones.
Exactly, those high-intent, high-value keywords. They publish incredibly deep, thoroughly researched, unbiased reviews and comparisons. The content basically screams, "We did all the hard work for you."
Okay, that sounds like a massive undertaking per article. How do they make that authority visible, especially to search engines? That kind of content must need specific SEO support, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Their SEO is deeply tied to demonstrating that authority. For instance, they make heavy use of schema markup.
Schema. Explain that quickly.
It's extra code you add to your site that helps search engines understand the context of your content. So Wirecutter uses it to get those rich snippets in search results. The star ratings, price ranges, maybe key specs, right there on the Google results page.
So it visually reinforces their review status.
Exactly. It signals this is a definitive review. They also obsess over page speed. Part of being authoritative is providing a seamless, fast user experience. No one trusts a slow, clunky website. And they build internal authority through really smart internal linking. All their best Blender articles link to their How We Test Blenders methodology page and related guides. It creates this dense web of expertise.
Okay, so authentic teacher, Flynn, and exhaustive tester, Wirecutter. What's the third model?
The third is perhaps more relatable for many. It's the Michelle Schroeder-Gardner model, making sense of sense.
Right, the personal finance blogger who paid off massive debt.
That's her. Her success is really rooted in vulnerability and relatability. She shared her specific personal journey, like paying off, I think it was $40,000 in student loans.
Wow.
And then she recommended the exact tools, strategies, and maybe financial products that helped her achieve that specific goal. By sharing her own struggles and successes so openly, she builds this incredibly strong, almost emotional connection and trust with her audience.
So people feel like if it worked for her, maybe it can work for me.
Exactly. That personal proof is incredibly powerful for driving conversions, especially in finance.
It really sounds like no matter which model you lean towards, teaching, testing, or sharing your journey, the absolute foundation is building genuine trust.
It's everything.
Now let's talk about getting eyes on this trustworthy content. Traffic. The data mentioned that for some top affiliates, over 90% of their revenue comes from organic search traffic. SEO is clearly not optional.
Not even remotely optional. It's the engine. If you ignore SEO, you're basically invisible. You have to get the fundamentals right.
So what are the key SEO levers affiliates need to be pulling based on what works?
Well, first, really prioritize long tail keywords.
Meaning those longer, more specific search phrases.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of just targeting running shoes, you might target best running shoes for flat feet marathon training. Lower search volume? Sure. But the competition is usually way lower, and the person searching has incredibly high intent. They know exactly what they need.
Higher conversion rates then?
Much higher, typically. Second, efficiency is key, especially if you already have a site. Don't always think you need brand new content.
What do you mean?
It is so much easier, faster, and often more effective from an SEO perspective to update and improve your existing content that already has some age, maybe some backlinks, than it is to start a completely new article from scratch.
The content refresh strategy.
Yes. Keep your successful posts current. And a pro tip related to that, try to avoid putting the year directly in the URL slug.
Oh, like best laptops 2024. Why avoid that?
Because next year, when you want to update it to be the best laptops of 2025, you either have to create a whole new URL and lose the link juice or authority the old one built up, or you're stuck with an outdated looking URL. Better to have a URL like best laptops and just update the content and the title on the page itself each year.
Smart. Keeps the URL evergreen. Any other key SEO techniques?
Definitely focus on the on-page basics too. Optimize your meta titles and descriptions. Those are what people see in Google search results. They need to be compelling to get the click. Use schema markup like Wirecutter does where appropriate. And always, always focus on page speed. Google cares, users care. It impacts everything.
Okay, that's a solid playbook. Build trust using one of those models, drive traffic with smart SEO. But now let's talk about the ways people mess this up. What are the big landmines? The common, maybe even disastrous mistakes that make potentially successful affiliate sites just fizzle out?
Yeah, unfortunately, there are quite a few common pitfalls. We can probably group them. First, and maybe the biggest category, are the trust breakers.
Like what?
The absolute #1 killer is not being authentic. Writing shallow, generic reviews of products you've clearly never used or even touched.
People see right through that, right?
Instantly.
Yeah.
Your audience isn't stupid. Once you lose that trust, which is your primary asset in affiliate marketing, it's incredibly hard, maybe impossible to get back.
Okay, so authenticity is non-negotiable. What about operational or technical mistakes people make?
Operationally, a big one is simply ignoring the resources available from affiliate programs.
You mean like the stuff the company gives you?
Exactly. Your affiliate manager wants you to succeed. Your success is their success. They often provide a ton of useful stuff. Special discount codes for your audience, pre-written email copy or social media posts, swipe copy, banners, images, sometimes even free product samples for you to review properly.
So not using that is just leaving free help on the table.
Completely. It's like trying to build furniture without using the instructions and tools provided. Technically, another common mistake is just ignoring basic SEO hygiene things like forgetting to optimize image file names and alt text, or not internally linking related articles together on your site. Small things, but they add up.
Right, the fundamentals. And what about neglecting what you've already built?
That leads right into the last two big mistakes. Fourth is not updating old content. We touched on this with SEO, but it's worth repeating. Your competitors are updating your articles. If you write a great best X post and then just let it sit for 2 years,
someone else will write a newer, better one and steal your ranking.
almost guaranteed. Rankings can drop significantly if content gets stale.
Hmm.
Fifth, and honestly, this one is almost unforgivable in online business today, not building an email list.
Why is the email list so critical for affiliates?
Because it's the only audience you truly own. Your search rankings can change, social media algorithms can change, platforms can disappear, but your email list is yours.
Direct line to your audience.
Yeah, your direct line. It's the best place to build relationships, nurture trust over time, and yes, promote offers directly. It consistently has the highest conversion rates of almost any marketing channel. Not building one from day one is a massive strategic error.
Yeah, that email list is like your business's insurance policy. Okay, so avoid those 5 pitfalls. Now, the really serious part, the legal stuff. FTC compliance. This isn't optional, is it? The fines can be huge.
Not optional at all. This is absolutely non-negotiable legal ground. You must disclose any material connection you have with a brand you're promoting.
And material connection means?
It means if you got paid, if you received a free product to review, or, crucially for affiliates, if you stand to earn a commission if someone buys through your link, if any of those apply, the consumer has a right to know.
And the disclosure itself has rules, right? It can't be hidden in tiny print.
Exactly. The FTC says the disclosure must be clear and conspicuous. That's the standard. Clear and conspicuous.
Okay, but what does that actually mean in practice, especially on like social media or a blog post? How clear is clear enough?
The FTC has given pretty specific guidance here. You need to use unambiguous language. They explicitly approve terms like using the hashtags #ad, #sponsored, or #paid.
So things like #spawn or #collab, those aren't good enough.
Generally, no. They're considered potentially ambiguous. Stick to the clearly approved terms. And placement is critical.
Where does it need to go?
It needs to be unavoidable. On mobile devices especially, the disclosure has to be visible before the user has to click read more or see all or anything like that.
So right at the beginning.
Right up front. For example, on Instagram, they say it generally needs to be within the first 3 lines of text, which is roughly the first 100 characters or so. For videos, like YouTube reviews or TikToks, the disclosure needs to be both visual, on-screen text, and audible. And it needs to happen early in the video, like within the first few seconds.
Wow. Okay, so visual and audible for video.
Yes. The core principle is, if someone could reasonably miss the disclosure, it's probably not compliant. You can't bury it. #TAD outro.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. What does all this mean for you listening right now?
Well, it seems the affiliate marketing landscape is definitely healthy. That $17 billion figure proves it. And the potential to build something really substantial, maybe even a seven-figure asset, is definitely there.
It's clearly not a get-rich-quick scheme anymore, if it ever was. Success isn't about stumbling into it. You need the map, knowing which niches like saws, pets, or maybe even medical, if you have the chops, are genuinely profitable.
Right. And you need the compass, understanding the strategies like the Pat Flynn or Wirecutter models that build real, unshakable authority, plus knowing that compliance checklist inside out.
So boiling it down, what are the absolute must-dos, the biggest takeaways from all this?
I'd say, one, focus your energy where the ROI makes sense for you. That might be high-EAT medical content if you qualify. Or, more likely, focusing on non-Amazon programs with recurring commissions in niches like pets or saws. Two, build that trust like your business depends on it, because it does. Be authentic. Teach, test thoroughly, whatever fits your style.
Makes sense.
And three, master those SEO fundamentals, especially keeping your best content fresh and updated. Don't let your hard work decay. And build that email list.
Build the list. Okay, that brings us to our final thought, something for you to chew on. Affiliate marketing today is super competitive precisely because it can be so profitable. The people consistently winning, the ones building and selling sites for 6, even 7 figures, they aren't just winging it, they're operating off detailed, structured blueprints, often learned from high-level courses or masterminds, applying the kind of frameworks we've discussed today.
They have a system.
Exactly. So the real question for you is, knowing that success now pretty much requires this kind of structured, expert-level knowledge just to keep pace with serious competitors, are you prepared to invest the time, maybe the money, to learn and follow a proven blueprint? Or are you going to try and figure out all these critical steps, the niches, the SEO, the compliance, the trust building, completely on the fly?